Welcome to the lesson on respiration in organism. Respiration is one of the character of living organism. If you close your nose and mouth tightly and look at a watch, what did you feel after some time? How long were you able to keep both of them closed? After doing this experiment, you will understand that we cannot survive for long without breathing. Breathing is the part of respiration. Can we start our new chapter? Respiration in organism. Why do we respire? Energy is required to do all our activities like read, eat, play, and even to sleep. Can you guess where do living organisms get energy? Living organisms get energy from the food they eat. What will happen to the food which we eat? We already discussed in chapter 2 that the food will digest in the digestive system. And the longest part of the alimentary canal is the small intestine. The small intestine contains finger-like outgrowth which is called villi. That villi will absorb the digested food. And the absorbed digested foods are transported through blood vessels which contain blood. So this blood will transport the digested food to all the body parts. We know that our body parts are made up of cell. So the blood will transport the food to all the cell. Now food reaches to the cell. But we will not get energy at the time. We will get energy after respiration only. So for respiration, we will get oxygen. While breathing, we will get oxygen. So this oxygen will break down the glucose. Okay, glucose is the digested food. Oxygen will break down the glucose and release water, energy and carbon dioxide. So this respiration is happening in the cell. So this is called cellular respiration. We get energy because of food. But now I am saying that we generate energy from the food by respiration process. Do you know how oxygen reaches our cell? Breathing supplies oxygen to the cell and removes carbon dioxide from the cell. We were talking about breathing and respiration. Is there any differences? Yes, there is. Breathing means inhaling air rich in oxygen and exhaling air rich in carbon dioxide. Respiration means breaking down of glucose to produce energy. Respiration takes place in the cells of all organisms. So we can call as cellular respiration. Respiration takes place in the presence of air and in the absence of air also. So there are two types of respiration. The first one is aerobic respiration and the second one is anaerobic respiration. What do you mean by aerobic respiration? The respiration that takes place in the presence of oxygen is called aerobic respiration. During aerobic respiration, in the cell, the food, that means glucose, is broken down by using oxygen, by using the air which contain oxygen and releases carbon dioxide, water and energy. You might have seen sports persons getting muscle cramps. During our sports day, many of you experience muscle cramps. What is the reason of this cramp? However, when enough oxygen is not present, anaerobic respiration takes place in muscle cell. In this case, glucose is broken down in the absence of oxygen. Oxygen is needed in the muscle cell, but it is not reaching there. So we can use the sentence here: in the absence of oxygen, glucose is broken down and energy is produced. Along with the energy, lactic acid also formed. So accumulation of lactic acid in the cell causes muscle cramps. What should you do to get relief from the cramps? We get relief from cramps after a hot water bath or a massage to the affected part. Can you guess why it is so? Hot water bath or massage improves circulation of blood. As a result, the supply of oxygen to the muscle cell increases. More blood means more oxygen. Lactic acid will break down by using oxygen and releases carbon dioxide and water, and we get relief from the muscle cramps. You should know that there are some organisms such as yeast that can survive in the absence of air. They are called anaerobes. They get energy through anaerobic respiration. Look at this equation for anaerobic respiration in anaerobes. Here, glucose breaks down but without oxygen and releases alcohol, carbon dioxide, and energy. Yeast are single-celled organisms. They respire anaerobically and during this process yield alcohol. You may have experienced the anaerobic respiration of yeast in the food item during fermentation process. Look at this picture. Can you identify what is this? This is rice flour after fermentation. The amount of rice flour will be increased because of the presence of carbon dioxide released, and you will be feeling alcoholic smell that is also released by the growth of this yeast in this rice flour. They are used to make wine, beer, and many food items.